the current universe is extremely AI enabled. At the end of the day, all the business cares about is how productive you are, right? I couldn't imagine going back to the way things were. I think that universe is very strictly in our past. Hello, people. Hi, I'm Swaminathan Mohan Iyer. I manage product and design teams here at Interview Kickstart. I'll probably start by just walking you through my day, then we'll get a bit into how things are changing and how the life or work of a product manager looks like and what it means for all of us in the future. My meetings typically involve meetings with different teams across the business. And there's obviously the business teams trying to work with them, trying to understand what they're looking for, what their immediate goals are, the goals for a sprint, the goals for a couple of months, the goals for multiple quarters, the rest of the year. What are they looking for? What are the priorities? What products that we can build, which will enable them to get to their goals? Then of course it's with the engineering teams to figure out how to implement things, how to build stuff, what works, what doesn't work. If a particular implementation goes good or bad, what can we do to change it? If there's a brand new idea, what can we do to enable it? So on and so forth. And of course the actual product team, where we brainstorm ideas, figure out how to deliver things a certain way, what kind of processes we can do, what kind of improvements we can do in our current setup, what small tweaks would give us the biggest wins, so on and so forth. So that's typically what day looks like with 357 meetings, I suppose. And so mostly I work with my team to enable them to deliver all of the value to all these businesses across the board. So the daily workflow in a product team has considerably changed compared to where it was a few years ago. Back in the day, the way we do it is the product manager would go to a business stakeholder, try to understand what their problems are, what they're going through, note all that down, then work with the devs, try to correlate and understand what technical capabilities exist, what don't, what needs to be built, and basis all this manually write a huge PRD, then work with the design team and create designs and go on back and forth with multiple versions. And then after everyone's approved, they go back to the business team, get sign-offs on the designs, get sign-offs on the flows. And once folks are aligned, then give it to the dev, then spend a lot of time trying to explain this to the dev, and so on and so forth. I think that universe is very strictly in our past. The current universe is extremely AI enabled, and I couldn't imagine going back to the way things were. Today, there's a bunch of note takers which summarize most of the calls. You have clear action items, you have clear pain points coming out of it. You have documentation and stuff written about the various products that you can just put into your LLM of choice. Between this and the inputs that you give as a product manager, you can create a PRD entirely via AI. What was probably a 3-4 day process is probably a process worth a couple of hours now. And once the PRD is built, now the design process. Earlier it was a multi-day or a multi-week process where you have to come up with multiple versions. You'd go back to these versions, you get feedback, so on and so forth. Now AI can churn out multiple versions for you in a matter of minutes, and you can quickly get people's opinions on, hey, this color works, hey, this icon works, etc., and rapidly get to a final design within a few days. What probably was a multi-week process back then, the entire product to design to prototype phase. And prototyping, earlier, building a demo, building a working model, building a working prototype was a multi-week affair, right? You come up with an idea, chat with the dev would get some early inputs from you, build some skeleton, you iterate with them and quickly, and then over a period of time you'd get a working, happy, functional product that you present to your senior leaders. They'll say yes, they'll say no, they'll give feedback, and this goes on and on. I think those days are gone as well. Like now, a product manager can sit in front of an LLM, code out a prototype in minutes, if not a few hours. And that's simply capability we didn't have. 3-4 years ago, a product manager had to take a multi-hour, a multi-day loop to get any sort of visible thing in front of the stakeholders, in front of other business leaders or clients. And today the same thing is doable so fast. The journey from idea to solution or a mock or a model of that solution has been cut down massively. And I personally think it's a massive change, and it's a massive boost to how product managers can contribute to the entire business, and how we can rapidly give solutions and make and add value in the business what earlier took us much longer. And same for devs, right? Earlier they take PRDs, they try to understand, there'd be a lot of back and forth with the PMs. You have tools like Cursor which write code for you. You have Copilot, we have systems that create your HLD, your LLD. All of that is taken care of by a bot. You just have to have the technical coherence to make sense of all of these moving parts, stitch them together, and then you're good. Earlier skills required you to go through huge amounts of documentation, learn code, break ahead with syntax, blah blah blah. Today you have a bot doing all that for you, and all you have to do is take 3-4 different moving parts and stitch them together. Similarly with design, right? And every aspect of the product development lifecycle has changed so much purely because of AI. I think that's where we are at today, where AI has dramatically changed our lives, our careers, and I think it's imperative, at least in my team, I think it's imperative that everyone is extremely AI enabled. If you're not using AI, if you're not using tools to do all the mundane stuff in your life, then I'm sorry, you're a dinosaur. You probably are going to be left way behind compared to all the other peers of yours who are doing 3x, 4x your productivity. A PRD writing, a design, a prototype, we can probably do this 5 times, 10 times as fast as what we could do earlier. And this scales even more if you're not building on top of an existing product. AI still struggles a bit to build on top of existing code, but if it's something you're building from scratch, it does a great job. And usually the productivity is 15x, 20x compared to where it was. And it's up to us to use that. And this is what I look for when I'm hiring folks in my team as well. I expect them to be extremely AI enabled. I expect them to keep up with the latest updates in the world. I expect them to use tools, use technology to make their life easier. And by making their life easier, they are orders of magnitude more productive. At the end of the day, all the business cares about is how productive you are, right? And if there are tools which lets you be 5x as more productive as the person next to you, more often than not, you're the person getting hired. So I guess it's up to all of us to start thinking of AI as an enabler to be that 10x developer, that 10x product manager, that 10x designer, rather than seeing it as a threat. Hey, I'm gonna lose my job or something like that. And I think this reflects in the hiring patterns across the firm, and not just at IK, right? In every single company, the same pattern echoes again and again. Big tech is looking for your ability to use AI to make your life better. Even companies which earlier were seen as sarkari companies, like companies which didn't have tech enablement, they are going out of the way to include AI in their workflows. So I honestly think if you are not using AI to the best of its abilities today, then you're probably going to have a very tough time in the workforce. If you see, most of our curriculum is heavily AI enabled. You have it in our curriculum, whether you're a back-end engineer, whether you're a product manager, whether you're an engineering manager. It enables you to use AI to the best of its ability. It teaches you what the state of the art practices are. It lets you keep up with all the other stalwarts of the industry who are doing the same thing. And that's how I guess at the end of the day you're going to be able to get better outcomes for yourself, for the business, for the people around you, for your team, and so on and so forth. So if you are interested in it, you should reach out to some of our program advisors. They'll probably help you understand how suitable AI is for you at your career, at your stage right now, and give you the best possible advice they can. So yeah, this is what life as a head of product is at IK. Do reach out if anything else. Please chat with the program advisor if you want to know how you can enable your career and get that 10x boost. Adios.